I think I'm, at 60 kilograms or 59 kilograms. I definitely need to bulk up, you know. Hey, anyway, this is gonna be rehearsing for day 308 of consistently helping people build consistency. Hi, I'm Laksana, just an average person trying to be consistent. Currently having more than 180 days straight morning push-ups, straight fully documented on my Instagram. Not really that much of an achievement to actually, and yeah, actually I'm just an average person trying to be consistent. That's why I also create these videos as a reminders for myself how to be consistent and doing something, and also help you guys to be consistent. Maybe you have some advice, maybe you have some ideas on how to actually be consistent. You can just write it down on the chat box. I would really appreciate that. And hey, I want to be the best at helping people build consistency. That's why I need to rehearse consistently. Yeah, I need to improve my English, I need to improve my pronunciation, I need to be able to communicate better, remember my script better, not only remember my script, but also have a profound understanding on my script. So here we go. I'm gonna be rehearsing about this script that I just write, and also it's not really, the idea is not really mine. I also ask the help of ChatGPT to help me write this one. Hi, for the hi, C for Chotu. Hi. Thank you for commenting. This is gonna be rehearsing for day 308 of consistently helping people build consistency. Really do appreciate you guys to just uh, write down anything on the live chat box. Maybe you got some advice on being consistent. Maybe you want to ask something about consistency. I might be able to help you though. I will try. And hey, I'm just going to be rehearsing. I'm also going to be rehearsing for my script. So basically, why cannot we be consistent at doing something? I believe one of the biggest problem is because we have this thing called the shiny object syndrome. Basically, as the name implies, I don't know whether you guys have already heard of this thing before, the shiny object syndrome, but it's basically when we just stop doing some certain thing because we found something new, we found something that we found, more interesting. Let's say there's this one new thing, let's say exercising, that I really found, amazing. Well, exercising is really amazing. I want to be, I want to be muscular. I want to be healthy. I want to be this. I want to be that, and so on and so on. And I kind of, really got really obsessed with exercising. My, my Instagram feed, my TikTok feed is filled with exercising content, and actually, there's nothing wrong with that. I start going to the gym. I start, exercise. Maybe also like do some home workouts, and basically just identify myself as a person who's obsessed with the gym, with exercising. But then, like 1 month later, 2 months later, I kind of, not really see any progress and got bored. Okay, the excitement has gone. I'm no longer feeling excited about exercising. Now I found exercising boring. Okay, and then I kind of find this new one thing. Let's just say it's, I don't know, maybe let's just say it's playing the piano. Okay, playing the piano. I found some videos of a person playing a piano really fluently, like really good performance, and I kind of get really inspired. Okay, wow, you know what? Playing the piano. Yeah, playing the piano is really cool. I also want to be a really good piano player. Okay, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to dedicate my life to become a pianist. Pianist, pianist. How to pronounce? Wait. This is precisely the um, reason why I rehearse, because I want to improve my English. Sometimes I just don't know how to pronounce some things. Okay, how to pronounce pianist? What? Wait. If you have any pianist. Okay, let's just say we want to. I want to become a pianist. And then I kind of, like just forgot about my exercising routine and just found that, forget about exercising. Playing the piano is the coolest thing ever. And basically I stopped exercising and I changed into playing the piano. Well, there's nothing wrong with playing the piano, but it's gonna. Oh yeah, hello Lucky Yadav. Yeah, hello Lucky Yadav. Yeah, this is gonna be rehearsing for day 308 of consistently helping people. Okay, can you please speak slow? Yeah, I think you are right. People, like lots of my subscribers also say that I speak way too fast, and that's a problem because, when I speak way too fast, I tend to not have the most clear pronunciation. Yeah, basically, yeah, you are right. Yeah, thank you for actually reminding me. Thank you for actually reminding me because, hey, you know what? Yeah, I need to speak slow. Also, since English is not my first language, when I just speak way too fast in English, people cannot understand what am I trying to say because my pronunciation becomes bad. Yeah, thank you for the advice. That's precisely why I rehearse on my live stream, basically to improve my communication skills. And also the problem that I need to fix is that sometimes I just speak way too fast. And it's bad in a sense that, people cannot understand the thing that I'm saying. I really do appreciate the advice. Okay, so I just kind of think, let's say, I found this new thing, +1 subscriber. Oh, thank you for subscribing, Lucky Yadav. Really do appreciate that. I'm just a small YouTuber trying to grow here. Really do appreciate any kind of support like that. So here's the thing: when we found this new things that we are interested at, we kind of tend to just forget about the previous things that we wanted to be consistent at. Okay, 1 month ago, 2 months ago, I'm being consistent at exercising, but then I got bored. I found something new. I found, playing the piano even way more cool, even way more fun. I switched to playing the piano and stopped doing the exercise. And then the same cycle happens basically. 2 months later, I stopped doing the thing again. I found playing the piano boring, and then, I just shift to, I don't know, maybe like playing the drum. Okay? So this is basically called the shiny object syndrome, and we do not want that, and we do not want this to happen because it's being an obstacle for us to actually be consistent at doing something. I mean, how can we even be consistent at doing something if every 2 months we just found something new to be consistent at, and precisely just basically just forget about the previous thing that we wanted to be consistent at. Okay, we do not want this to happen. So notice that we have limited time, limited energy, okay? And we need to prioritize things, okay? We cannot just, do everything all at once, especially when we are still struggling to be consistent at doing things, okay? When we are still struggling to be consistent at doing things, notice we have limited time, limited energy. We cannot just do everything all at once. So I propose one of the best solutions to solve this shiny object syndrome thing is to basically just create a priority list. Okay, grab a pen, grab a paper, and then write 3 things. Okay, the top 3 things that we wanted to be consistent at. Okay, just limit the thing into 3 things. Okay, 3 new things that we wanted to be consistent at. Not necessarily saying that we cannot do other positive things. No, we definitely can do as much positive things, as many as positive things that we wanted. But there are 3 top priority. Okay, the priority is 3. We just need to, list all the top priorities that we wanted to be consistent at. And I noticed that we cannot neglect these 3 top priorities. We can do positive thing A, positive thing B, but as long as we do not neglect the 3 top priorities. So again, we can definitely increase the slots in the future, but currently only do it 3 slots. But when we are still struggling to be consistent at doing something, yeah, just do 3 slots. Pick three things that you want to be consistent at and put it on the slot. Okay, so for example, I want to be consistent at exercising, I want to be consistent at studying, I want to be consistent at meditating. Okay, three things that we perceive as the most important things that we need to cultivate some consistency at. Okay, we wanted to be consistent at these three things: exercising, studying, meditating. And then the thing here is that we are going to be writing why these three things are going to be the most important things, okay, that we wanted to be consistent at. So for example, why do you exercise consistently? Oh yeah, I exercise consistently because, I want to be healthy. I want to have some good long-term investment on my health. Okay, I want to be the healthy grandpa, even on his 80s, still be able to move freely. And also I want to have some self-respect for myself. Okay, I want to build, I want to be healthy, I want to look good in the mirror, have some self-respect to myself, that hey, you know what, I respect myself to the point that I care about my personal health, personal strength, personal physical health, that I exercise consistently. That one example. And also do the same thing with studying, do the same thing with exercising. Just write down why studying is important. Just write down why meditating is important. Okay. And the thing here is that we are going to be trying to be consistent at doing these things. Oh, can you give your introduction? Okay, hi, I'm Laksana, just an average person trying to be consistent at doing his things. I'm just an average person too, actually, and I found practical guide on being consistent is really, really helpful, okay, in my journey. So whenever I just, look at YouTube videos, content creators creating some practical tips on being consistent, I found that the most helpful. Because notice that I just found so many people talking about, motivating us to be consistent this, consistent that. There's no problem with that. But motivation comes and goes, okay? Motivation goes away. And when we are trying to be consistent at doing something, we cannot just rely on something that comes and goes, right? And I found practical guide, practical tips, practical advices, the step-by-step, the actual step-by-step on how to actually be consistent at doing something is the most helpful, okay, the most helpful advices, okay. Those are going to be the most helpful help when we are trying to be consistent on the days when we are not feeling motivated, okay? Because again, motivation comes and goes, okay? We cannot expect ourselves to be feeling motivated 100% of the times. That's why I do not rely on motivation. That's why I do not rely, on motivational stories, okay? Motivational stories, the impact that it gives us, yeah, it can be quite powerful, but it still comes and goes. We are not going to be feeling motivated 100% of the time. I think we can all pretty much agree on this. And that's why I give you guys some practical guide too, okay? And anyway, I don't really think like I'm on a position where I can give, motivation to you guys, because, I'm just an average person. And you can also follow my Instagram at consistent.laksana. That's where I document my push-ups journey and also my boxing journey. I'm terrible at fighting, just to say, I'm just trying to be consistent at boxing, but just use it as a hobby. But yeah, again, I'm really suck at fighting too, actually. And also I currently have a more than 175. I think you need to try different topics to go on us. Oh yeah, thank you so for actually the advice. I really do appreciate you for creating the advice. Overthinking, exercise, emotional well-being. Yeah, I will actually, touch on those stuff, but still at the, what do you say, the field of consistency. So for example, how to consistently manage your mental health, how to consistently stop overthinking, how to consistently limit your scrolling time on social media, how to consistently limit your entertainment on a day-to-day basis. So Why do I stick to consistency though? Is that because, there's this one video from Hamza, if you know Hamza, the YouTuber Hamza, like he just said that, it's it goes something like this. It's basically just, you know, people comes to you when you are the specialist of that some particular field, okay? People trust you more if you just, basically talk about the same thing every single day, the same field every single day, basically just become an expert in just one field, okay? Become an expert in one field. People will tend to trust you more because, hey, you got more experience in that particular field alone, you got more, more knowledge on that particular field. So that's why I want to stick to consistency. And yeah, like, I kind of think like if I just, have so much to talk about. I talk about this, talk about that, talk about how to grow some bicep. I think, some fitness tips. I kind of think like I'm not really the best at that field. Okay, I'm not really the best at, some tips on how to grow muscle and stuff. So yeah, I just want to, like just step max on this one field, which is consistency, which is giving practical guide on how to actually be consistent. Actually, I think people don't want the same thing every day as well. Oh wow, when getting different. Yeah, actually, yes. Here's the thing. You are kind of right with that. Okay, people want different things, and yeah, just because I talk about consistency every single day, I'm not necessarily mentioning about the same thing. I mean, like some of the days I talk about how to be consistent at stop scrolling so much, how to limit our social media usage. Some of the days I'm also, giving the practical consistency advice on how to, I don't know, maybe exercise and stuff. Okay? And yeah, basically I still stick to the consistency in a sense that, hey, I still have some kind of like variety, right? Some different stuff that I'm talking about, but still the core message is how to be consistent at doing those things, like the practical tips, the practical advices on how to actually be consistent. Okay, so people will still get different, different topics about consistency. And also I'm going to be giving you guys some new topics, new advices. Okay, new advices, new tips and tricks on how to be consistent, new strategies. Okay, new strategies. So yeah, basically I'm just going to be, keep on, yeah, definitely increase my knowledge on being consistent, and basically provide you guys some new information so you don't get bored. Okay, because yeah, this is precisely a problem that I notice. My content tends to be repetitive precisely because I need to record every single day. I don't really know what to talk about. That's why I currently try to just, write as many as new strategies that I can write. Okay. Well, actually, thank you for the advice though. I get your point. It's great. Yeah, people will get bored if I just, basically just talk about the same thing every single day. What do you do? What's your career? Are you a student? Yeah, I'm not even 20. I'm not even 20 yet. Yeah, I'm still a student though, actually. Still a student. Yeah, a college student. I don't, sometimes I teach mathematics to people, like if they want to prepare for some exam, I teach them to, you know, yeah, I'm 19. Yeah, I was born in 2005. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna be having my birthday pretty soon, but I'm still 19 though, actually. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So yeah, I'm currently trying. You look like 15. What? I look like 15. Wow. I think I should take that as a compliment. I look 15. Maybe that's because I don't have a master's or anything. I don't know whether I should take that as a compliment or not. Maybe 15. What? I look 15. Maybe your birthday is late. Okay then. Wow. I look so young. Well, I look so young. Yeah, maybe I don't know. Maybe I need to, grow some beard or anything. I don't know. You know, I look 15. I really don't know whether I should be happy for looking 15 or not. But yeah, okay. So I don't know. I kind of want to hit the gym after this. So thank you so much for attending this live stream. Okay, I should be happy. Okay, I should be happy. Thank you. Yeah, I look young. I'm gonna be forever young. And yeah, basically be happy. Yes. So yeah, thank you for watching this live stream. See you soon. Bye bye. Thank you.